Indeed. Hello, everybody. My name is Jesse Sloan. I'm director of the American Association for Medicare Supplement Insurance, but I am a marketing guy at heart. Okay? I love it, I believe it, I breathe it, and far too few agents have that skill or that passion or that experience of doing it. So I'm going to thank you for taking the next 30 minutes. I'm going to talk to you about a subject that I think is very, very important to every insurance professional, not just those that sell MedSupp, but I'm going to focus this one on for MedSupp producers, and that's creating a LinkedIn profile. And I call it a lead-focused LinkedIn profile, and I'll explain to you why. First, a little bit of background about LinkedIn, just because I think many insurance agents have heard of it, but they don't really understand how huge it is and how important it is. So LinkedIn was founded, I talked 2 slides, but I try to avoid reading them to you, was founded in 2003. It has grown exponentially since. There are 133 million users in the United States. It grows worldwide. And just a fun fact, I like following and seeing what's going on there. 5.5 million accountants that have LinkedIn profiles. But why is LinkedIn so important to you? Okay, because that's really the bottom line. It doesn't matter. Most people use LinkedIn to look for jobs, and most companies use LinkedIn to find people to fill jobs. Assuming that you're an insurance agent and not looking for a job, you're sitting there saying, well, this is nice information, but why is it important to you out there, and why do you have to either have a great LinkedIn profile if you already have a poor one, or create one? So here is why. When you meet today or talk to a client, a prospect, and you do it yourselves, what is the first thing that so many of them are going to do right after they leave your office, you leave their house, you meet them in the supermarket and you say, yes, and she goes, oh, I'm just turning 65. Oh, you should talk to me about MedSupp, and you look and you go, great, oh, here's my card. What is the very first thing that so many of us do? We go home, we get online after we're done checking Facebook and our emails and stuff like that. We use the internet to research people. You do it. You shop online. You compare restaurants online. You Yelp. You Google. You do everything, and you're a typical consumer just like everybody else. So the first thing that consumers do after you tell them, I'm the person, the expert you should be talking to, is they Google you. And what happens when they do? Well, guess what? Google ranks LinkedIn very, very high. It's what's called authority ratings. And in Google's mind, LinkedIn is a very valid resource of information. So when someone types in Jesse Sloan, and before you even finish typing in Westlake Village, which is where I reside, Google has already spotted me and the result pops up there. And what is the first result? My LinkedIn profile. And if you have a LinkedIn profile, or even if you don't, I challenge you to go home, and the first thing you have to do is go on Google, type in your name, start to type in the city or town that you live in, and see what pops up, because that is what your consumers, your prospects, are seeing when they check you out. And having that LinkedIn profile is absolutely key to your success. It is your storefront, I call it. If you look and you go, if you opened up an agency and you were on Main Street, well, you'd have a choice. You'd either have a nice looking, you'd either be in a nice neighborhood and a nice building, or you'd be in a rundown neighborhood and a rundown building. And the choice is yours, which you want to rent and which you want to have, okay? You're not going to do as much business as if you're in a rundown, seedy looking building, a neighborhood. If you have a crappy storefront that doesn't identify who you are and what you do. Your LinkedIn profile is your personal insurance agent storefront, and it's free. That's the beautiful thing about it. So it befuddles me why so few agents take advantage of it when they really could. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of some of the key steps of what to do and how to do it. Step number 1. I'm going to assume that you do not have a LinkedIn profile, and so it's really easy to do. And as I said, it's free. So you go to linkedin.com, you follow the steps, and you create your profile. If you already have one, and many people have, well, just sign in. If you don't remember your password, it'll help you to retrieve it, because I've seen many agents that looked and said, oh yes, I created one 10 years ago, and that was the last time I ever thought about it or did anything about it. So go get your LinkedIn profile. Here's what I tell agents, because I look around. So I'm now 65. Yay, I'm on Medicare. Have a Medicare supplement policy. I don't do Facebook. I do not, I have a cell phone that I rarely use because I have 5 kids and stepkids, and I don't need them, this is on tape, I don't need them calling me at all hours of the day and night, So I'm not techno averse, but I'm just like you. I look and what takes me 20 minutes to do online, my kids, who are in their 30s, can do in about 30 seconds. I'm no different than you are. Do not be afraid. You cannot screw things up. Might take you longer than somebody else, and you might feel a little bit incompetent and look and go, oh my God, I'm worried about clicking the wrong thing. LinkedIn has made things pretty easy for everybody to use. Don't be afraid. Just do it. And basically, what you're looking for, try to make this simple for you, is you're looking for places where it says edit, because that's where you can add things or change things. Sometimes there's that little symbol, the little pencil mark, because, it took me a while. I'm like, well, okay, I want to add something here. Well, where do I do it? Well, you click on that little pencil mark, and that icon is the key that will then open up the screen that will allow you to make your edits and your changes. So the first step, get yourself a LinkedIn account. And if you have one, start improving it. The next step, this is an optional one, but it is sort of important. LinkedIn gives you the opportunity to create a background image. The background image here is that dark blue part that you can see on the screen where the red arrow points to. And I ended up creating my own image. You don't have to. Okay, there are ways to actually download some templates and some background photos, and I won't read websites to you. Again, all of these presentations will be available as part of the recorded package, but you can go into LinkedInBackground.com, and there are resources that will help you with stock images to get out there. LinkedIn has specified sizes. I will tell you that the first step in doing a background is the hardest. It's not necessary, but it will make your profile look far more professional. And I'll share a little secret, because every one of us, as I said, I've got, 3 of my own kids and 2 stepkids. Don't be, sometimes the hardest thing to do is to ask for help. Ask them and look and say, I'm going to give you my LinkedIn sign-in profile. I'd like a photo. I'd like a background. Will you, next time you come, will you help me out? I'll buy you dinner. So a background image is important because it will make your profile look far more professional. It will give you a higher end storefront rather than a lower end storefront, and that is important to you. Follow the prompts. I really am serious when I say LinkedIn, understands that everybody has different levels. They're not just building this site for millennials, they're building this site for everybody to use. So just simply follow the prompts that you see on the screens to access LinkedIn Help. You're not sure how to do something? Follow the prompt. Click on the prompt, so where it says upload photos. It'll tell you what to do. It'll tell you the size of the photos that they want, etc. So just LinkedIn will give you a tremendous amount of help. Your profile photo is vital. I pause for effect. I cannot tell you, remember, this is your storefront, and you are what people are buying, okay? And so I'm going to show you in a second photos that actually come off real people's LinkedIn profile, and they are in the insurance industry. I did not search for people that, that I looked and said, well, that's a cheesy photo. These are people that are in our own industry. And I'm going to talk to you about what a good photo is. This is how it looks and why it's important to have a good photo. So why is it important? First of all, LinkedIn has done studies and data. A consumer is 11 times more likely to view a LinkedIn profile if there's a photo of the person up there, because they want to see people relate to other people that are like us, like them. And I will tell you, especially for the women in the audience, in running the association, we get lots of calls from consumers looking for information and looking for help. And it is not uncommon to hear a woman consumer look and say, can you recommend another female agent? I'd rather work with a woman. And that photo, if they're opening and they're looking and they're seeing online several different things, your photo is your storefront. Take advantage of it. What you want your photo to be is a simple, clean headshot, okay? These are 4 photos. They are literally, it's great if you love to travel. I love to travel and I've been around the world, and that's a wonderful thing. But I want people to see my face and be professional looking when I look at them. So I would say for men, you don't have to be in shirt and ties, but you certainly have to look business appropriate. For women, this is the same thing. So this is not just grabbing a nice smiley Facebook photo. This is a professional shot. So a couple of tips. LinkedIn people often will call after I've given this talk, I'm having trouble with the photo. So a couple of things that I've learned, there's certain sizes that LinkedIn requires in order for your photo to be uploaded. It will tell you online through the help buttons, but basically you need a photo that's 400 by 400 pixels. And I'll give you a resource in a second so that you can resize a photo to do it. Not giving you I will in a second give you the resource to do it. Sorry, it's out of queue. You'll see a slide, but it's basically resizeyourimage.com. Resizeyourimage.com. I'll show you a slide. It's a very easy online free resource to resize, enlarge, make smaller, crop any photo. The next important thing, I'm going to jump ahead. The next, and probably the 2 most important things, well, the 3, photo, then this next piece, the name and your title field, and then the brief description are the 3 most important parts of your LinkedIn profile. So your name is your name. Don't play games with it. I've seen everything out there. Don't play games. Consumers see through that stuff. If I had a listing that just said, John Smith, the number one Medicare, that may win you some points where somebody sees it, and it will lose you with others who look and say, I'm not looking for somebody like that. Let your name be your name. Be proud of it. But your description is absolutely critical for a whole bunch of reasons, but most importantly, because that is the first thing that consumers see. So you get X number of characters to do a good description. What would I do? What do I consider a great description? That's up to you. You want to very clearly summarize to people who you are. And some of these are what I would call really good descriptions. So it might be if you are, here we are in St. Louis recording this. If you are, Medicare supplement, specialist serving all of Missouri, that's a good description. If you do Medicare and other senior insurance products, get your description to describe, in essence, what you do, why somebody would want to turn to you as an expert. And if you're not sure, the best bet is to leave your Google profile and start doing some Google searches for St. Louis Medicare supplement specialists and you could do this within LinkedIn, or within Google. You could go within LinkedIn and you could do a search, literally, for Medicare supplement agents, and it will pull up profiles of your competition from around the country. See what they say. It's not, you don't have to create the wheel from scratch. You can see what others have done and see what you like about their presentation. But your name is your name. Your title field is very, very important. Sorry that this slide was out of queue, but again, back to the photo. This is the resource. It's a great online resource. It really is very easy to use. You more or less, have a photo on your desktop. This resizeyourimage.com will say to you, do you want to upload the photo? You upload the photo into this. You then can set the size that you want, 400 pixels by 400 pixels, shrink and large, kind of move the box around, save your photo back to your desktop, and then upload it into the LinkedIn profile. It sounds, for those who look and go, oh, I'm terrified of computer stuff, it sounds complex. I'm telling you, I resize photos every day for something that we do for insurance agents. So we covered that. Your branding headline is basically those words that describe you. You're entitled to 120 characters to tell your target audience, as I said, what is the most important thing. How you can help them are the words that I use. So it's not just Medicare supplement insurance specialist serving all of Missouri. If all you do is, in this case, as I said, this presentation is for Medicare agents. If all you do is Medicare products or Medicare supplement or Medicare supplement and Advantage, Part D, have your description start with the key phrase. So you could have a key description that would say, Medicare insurance specialist serving Missouri, helping consumers compare Medicare insurance plans, etc. Make your description your branding message. And again, the tip that I tell people is look to what others have done with pad and pencil, scribble it down. I like what they said about themselves. I like what they did. I'm going to try those words myself. And you can change all of these at any time. So I said there were three important components: your photo, your branding message, your basically your title, and then your summary. From everything that I've read and learned about LinkedIn, people don't really read your summary, okay? You're not looking for a job, but it does appear, and it will often appear as part of the free search. So it is really important. You do not have to write a lengthy bio of yourself. You could keep it literally to one paragraph, 2 paragraphs. But here's, from everything that I've read and having looked at hundreds of LinkedIn profiles, here's what I like personally, and others kind of agree, people who I've heard do training on LinkedIn. They tell you to write it in the first person. Okay, that it's a conversation between you and the reader. And that's really what it is, if you think about it. Okay, again, you're not looking for a job, you're looking for someone to feel comfortable. So it's who you are, what you can do to help them, and end with an action statement. So for the Supp agents in the room, it's, hi, I'm Jesse Sloan. I've been doing Medicare insurance for 25 years, helping consumers, compare products, get the best pricing, get the best options. No cost, no obligation. I have hundreds of clients in the area who could offer you lots of testimonials. But let me just say, if you want to talk to me at any point, at any time, give me a call, send me an email. I'd be only too happy to hear from you. Nice, short, sweet message, just the same way as if you were leaving a voicemail on the phone. But this is really important. Your summary is really key. If you do nothing else, do those 3 things. Next. Now, Now, build your profile. Now that you've got it and you look and you're in there and you're taking a Saturday or a Sunday, there's nothing to do. It's raining outside, so you can't cut the grass. There's no football on for the men, God forbid, or anything like that. Take the time and have some fun, work on your profile. You'll see that there are sections that you can add, okay? And so, sections about your career are not vital because this is not a resume. You're not looking for a job, but it doesn't hurt to build. The more information you have up there, two things happen. First, the more likely Google will start to rank you above other people. And secondly, it tells somebody, well, gee, look at this person's background. They've done this for X amount of time. They've done that amount of time. One of the nice things that LinkedIn offers is you can do links from LinkedIn to websites. So if you have your own website, that can be very valuable. If you have, some people have a YouTube channel, some people have a Facebook page that they use to promote themselves. Because of LinkedIn's authority rating, a link from LinkedIn to your website does help. So when you see that section, you should definitely add to it. Next tip, a couple of tips. One, you got your email. When you're all done with your LinkedIn profile, go up to the top bar in your website browser and go back to the beginning of your LinkedIn profile. That will be your LinkedIn page. It's typically linkedin.com/ then often IN, then it might be Jesse Sloan. And for many of you, you'll now see numbers after that is your LinkedIn link. You should add that link. You should put it to your emails. At the bottom of your emails, check out my LinkedIn profile. A great tip, ask for and give recommendations. Why is Yelp successful for restaurant reviews? They could list all the menus of all the restaurants. They could list the daily specials of each restaurant, and none of us would care. What we want to know is, what did other people say? Was the food good? Was the food bad? Was it overpriced? Was the service sloppy? We all want to read negative things or positive things before we're making a buying decision. So you can ask for and give recommendations. You're not supposed to ask for them, but you can. And so, if you have peers and friends, you can email them and say, look, here's, I'd love a recommendation from you, or even better yet, clients on my LinkedIn profile. It certainly can help. And I make the following offer to anybody that's ever heard me give a talk about LinkedIn. If you email me, and there's my email, jsloam@medicaresupp.org, and you say, here's my LinkedIn profile, I would love a recommendation. I will gladly give you a generic recommendation that just says, we'll work out some words, happy to know Joe Smith is, a good agent, serving, offering people Medicare insurance information. Joe, great profile, happy to do it. I'm going to first ask you to give me a recommendation, which I'll make life easy for you. I'll even craft it. So all you have to do is just cut and paste it into the thing. Now, why am I doing it? I have over 100 recommendations. LinkedIn hasn't done this yet, at least that I know of, but at some point, like Google, they're going to look, and who's going to rank higher? I'm much more interested in recommendations about marketing and things like that. Who's going to rank higher? You have two people that are equal, the person with 100 recommendations or the person with 3 recommendations. I'm betting it's the person with 100. So, you want to trade recommendations? Email me. Join LinkedIn groups. So I manage a group that's called Medicare Supplement Insurance Producers. It has about 7,000 agents. I don't allow any promotion or I don't allow any crap on that, but I allow it for agents who either want to hear what we're doing at the association, but also who have questions. So after you've started your profile, you'll see a little thing. You'll find the groups button. Ask to join the Medicare Supplement Insurance Agents Group. Check and update your listing. It really is important. Give a week. After you've done your listing, give a week. See if Google has spotted your new LinkedIn listing. Okay, hopefully they have. If you look and you say, oh, how does it look to other people? Ooh, I made a typo. Can't tell you how many LinkedIn profiles I have seen with typos, okay? People notice that stuff. You're going to suddenly notice it a week later. Go back and proof your own work. You can go in and edit it. See if your listing appears. Use a different device. So many people just go back to their desktop and see. They don't think about doing it on their smartphone, which you should, because that's how most consumers today are searching for information. See how your profile appears. If there's something wrong, go back in and fix it.